Skirmishers on the beat. Skirmishers on the beat.
30 hertz straight up.
Hello, you guys. Welcome to another wonderful episode of Lupus Has No Face podcast. I would like to apologize to you today. My dear Big Sean P, he had a personal family thing going on today, so he was not able to make it, but he will definitely be here next Wednesday. So prayers goes up to him and whatever it is that he's dealing with. However, we do have Mr. Tone Deaf TDR in the building, the man behind the scenes.
What up?
Okay. We got so many wonderful requests about the last episode we did that was business and lupus. So we decided to run it back, give the people what they want. So today we'll be discussing empowering entrepreneurs with lupus, navigating challenges, and finding success in business. And as you guys know, he's a serial entrepreneur. Nothing could happen without him. So the man that behind the scenes is very, very important, as well as the person that is up front. So with further ado, we're going to introduce you again, Mr. Tone Deaf. So just let us know, a little bit about what you got going on, what it is that you do, and any upcoming events that you may have.
Okay. Well, thank you for that lovely introduction.
You're welcome.
As you know, my name is Mr. Tone Deaf. I am the owner and operator of TDR Network, largest podcasting network in the Midwest right now, and steadily growing, which is something I'm always proud of. Currently, right now, I have multiple different things. I just got done relaunching my Unapologetically clothing line, something that I was doing pre-pandemic, but the pandemic made me put it up because life was lifing. But I went on ahead and I relaunched that. Definitely have been making major moves with the podcast MKE. I'm partnered with 8 of the dopest people that you could ever meet and work with, which is how me and Savannah actually met. Then also currently right now, as of August 24th, I am hosting my very first ever poetry set.
Oh, okay. We can get into a lot.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to step out from behind the scenes. I've had people for the last couple of years tell me that it's time to be seen. It's time to put a face to the name. Everybody knows the name, but a lot of people don't know the face that goes with the name. Plus, I'm a big giver. So a lot of things that I do to give back to those who've helped me. So that's part of the reason why the poetry set, which is called Words Have Meaning, is actually being created. Currently, right now, I'm highlighting 6 dope, amazing poets who I have met in many different journeys of my life.
Can Lupus Has No Fights podcast get special editions? Who are these people?
All right.
We like the exclusive here on our show. Okay.
So in regards to these 6 people, first of all, my boy Apollo. I met him through Judge, one of the members of the panel, Facts by Fiction. He's going to be one of them. We just had a dope interview over this weekend in regards to his why he likes poetry and how it had basically changed his life. Actually kind of put a little bit of fire under me to write a little bit more as well too.
Okay.
Mo of Mo Sketty, or Moments with Mo Sketty. Another TDR pod family member who basically is one of the dopest in the cities. I'll say that loud and proud when it comes to her. My homegirl Tiff is stepping out. Found out this weekend this will be her very first time doing a set. So she's been doing poetry for a while, but this is her very first time actually getting in front of a crowd to actually do her pieces, which is going to be pretty dope because I didn't know that until this Sunday when I did the interview with her as well too. My boy Prince Daniels, Prince has held and hosted many different poetry sets. He also used to have a podcast here, the Entertainer's Corner on TDR. Then my homegirl Afro, she is an up and coming poet that has a very eclectic style that I really liked. And one more surprise. I can't give you that surprise person yet, but believe me, if you've ever paid attention to TDR, you would know who this poet is and the impact
who's better than to get the exclusive on Lupus Has No Face podcast? Who is this lovely person? We just need a name to go with the
she's
number.
A poetry pusher is all you need to know.
Dang, we can't get the exclusive?
If you know, you know, because I just gave it to you.
But the people don't know.
If anybody knows, it's my homegirl Dia. She's one of the original TDR people. And I'm actually got to have her come through and she's going to bless us one more time. I mean, she's major in the city. So, but the biggest exclusive, which is really the biggest exclusive, I'm going to do a couple of my pieces too.
Okay.
So that's the exclusive that you're really getting. Is I'm not a person who normally gets on the mic because, like you said, I'm always behind the scene. But for this particular event, I'm actually going to step out in front for a change and actually
can't wait to see what's all coming and how that's going to be rolling out, what that looks like. So I am here for it all.
I hope you are.
I'm here for it all.
I hope you are. I hope you are. It's going to be amazing.
So, you said one of the things that you are relaunching, I did not know of, which the
Unapologetically.
Yes. I seen that brand maybe a year or so ago, but I did not know that was you.
That's what happens when you stay behind the scenes too much.
But the brand was popping.
Yeah.
I just didn't know that was yours.
Yes.
So that I liked it. A couple pieces that you had.
I have a few of them. I like to do a lot of Black love, Black motivation. I tend to also.
Why? What's inspired behind that as to why you like to do that?
We live in a day and age where love is minimum, where a lot of people more so just do things out of necessities, but not out of love itself.
From what you experience? From
what I experienced. Okay. So I make sure that a lot of my pieces help do that. I also do a lot of Black orientated things. Like I had this different world line at one point in time that I would launch around about the back to school years, and it would have all the different characters from a different world, different art sets in regards to it. Sometimes I'll get up with a couple of artists in the city of Milwaukee. I've worked with Tommy in regards to a couple of shirt pieces. I've worked with my sisters in regards to a couple of art pieces. So I'm actually going to look at branching out to a few more artists and actually taking their pieces and go from just being art to actually being wearable art.
So are you doing this to get the brand out there, or are you doing this for the meaning it stands for?
A little bit A, a little bit of B.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I always like to try something different and something new. So partnering with local artists and moving their products from just regular, ordinary art on the wall to streetwear kind of a thing actually lets a lot of artists step outside their bags as well too. So kind of like having a walking Picasso on you is pretty dope. And then depending on the artists that I work with, a lot of my products are going to be limited. So they may only be 5 of a particular design that's
just going to be it.
And that's it.
So let me ask you something, because this is all about lupus and everything, right?
Of course.
So your product, as you know, we like to be in the sun too, but we have to be protected. So are you going to have anything for the people, our warriors, to like have nice little sun hats or nice little shirts that's going to protect us while we're in the sun, something fashionably and cute for us and protecting us all at the same time?
Okay.
Can that be in a working?
Fun fact. Since meeting you, since we started working the panel together, I have been looking at reworking some of my apparel that is catered to y'all. So I do actually have hats, shirts, materials that I'm looking at, type of fabrics that are working with it, because I know it can be sensitive on y'all skins at times like that. I actually have certain things about my brand that's being reworked that it can work for y'all.
Oh my God, that just lit me up in the inside. So
Seriously.
what brought that? Like, what made you want to do something like that for us or people like me?
Okay, so for those of y'all who don't know, she is on episode number 9 right now. Okay. And throughout the whole entire time, you've been doing your podcast as well as being featured on other people's podcasts and having those conversations. I have actually been doing major homework in regards to individuals who have what's referred to as silent illnesses.
Mhm.
Okay. Lupus being the main one that's been my heavy focus recently because of our partnership and whatnot. And thinking about things outside the box like that also makes me want to be inclusive as well too. So making
I love
sure
it.
that not only the material is good, but what can you wear in these situations? What can you need in regards to this? I want to make it be that not only is it fun, it's fashionable, it's safe. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yes.
So it's a little bit of everything is going to be in there.
I love it. And
Little bit
I
of-
hope I am one of the ambassadors to have us to wear it first and to bring it out, just hint,
Well-
hint, hint.
Well, to go one step further, one of my artists is actually looking at your logo as a possible art piece for one of them. So
I am
we got to draw some
I don't know
paperwork
what
up
to
first,
say, but thank
we
you.
were considering your logo because it's a dope logo.
Thank you.
So we'll talk more about that.
See, Lupus Has No Face podcast get all the exclusives, and I didn't even know this, you guys.
I told you I stay behind the scenes with a lot of stuff, so it's a lot of things you won't hear until it's time. But you kind of got an exclusive today.
I kind of got it. I think I got it.
I like to pop out and show people, but you kind of get an advantage.
I think I am.
Okay.
Okay. So you as far as you said that you are into this Picasso. Am I saying it right?
Close enough.
I got these Invisaligns.
That's what I said. Close. Now
and
let it slide. Close
I
enough.
be chopping up a lot of words, but
Girl.
just work with me.
Girl, I stumble over words too. You get a pass. Okay.
So what inspires that? Because I know for me, you have to be, it takes a certain type of sharpening of the eye to appreciate art.
True.
Right. So, and that love had to come from somewhere else. And most people in my experience has pain as to why they fell in love with art. That's how I fell in love with art because of my illness. And that's how it resonates to me. So what is your connection of art? How did you fall in love with art?
Someone told me when I was younger that a picture has 1,000 meanings.
It does.
Okay. So I can walk up to a painting at Milwaukee Art Museum and see something completely different than the way you see it.
Mm-hmm.
So because interpretation is everything in regards to it, what if I allowed you to make the decision of what the piece looks like? Fashion is art within itself.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, we all can go out and have on the same green panel shirt. But the way you wear it, the way I wear it, the way Ruthia wears it, the way Kendall wears it, the way Judge wears can be completely different.
No, it's definitely.
But it's all
Have to
can
have
look
character.
damn good.
That's right.
And that's what it is. Art is character. And I've always loved the fact that even though this artist may have done the painting the way they seen it, we don't see it the same way. I remember one day I was watching a movie and an artist was just throwing paint on the canvas. And there was a gang of people walking around just giving all these different meanings and saying it was rage and it was this. And it was a little red dot that just happened to be in the middle of the painting. So everybody was trying to give their interpretation what the red dot was. And then when he finally came back to it, it was like, what inspired you to put this red dot? And he looked at it and he walked over to it and he scratched it off. It was not supposed to be there. Everybody made their own interpretation of what this painting was and what this red dot was, but the red dot had absolutely nothing to do with it. So the simple fact in that moment, realizing that we can see what we want to see it the way we want to see it, as long as it helps us get through whatever this is, made me love art even more. I like abstractness. I love the simple fact that people can just go and do something different. You look at my studio, there's art all over the studio, but none of it is contemporary. It's not a regular painting of somebody hanging up. Everything has a secret meaning and a secret way of doing it. I like things to be different and I like things to be eclectic. Yeah, even the shirt I got on is not even a standard unique shirt that most people would wear, but I like it because it's different. And that's how I fell in love with art, because art is interpretive and it's different.
It's different. And art, because you say it like that, that means that it has something to do with your personality, your character, your values, your morals, how you was brought up, the space that you was in. So all of that plays a difference into what you're looking at, that you perceive art.
Correct.
Just kind of wanted to put it out there for if people didn't know. It all plays a part into how you perceive it and what you look at.
Yes.
Okay.
When something is art, it's a beautiful thing.
Yes. You know what? This show should have been called Art and Lupus.
Well, we didn't.
Hey.
Here's the thing.
No, I'm just saying, like, because it's business is a Lupus, but we're pivoting into off. But I'm just saying, it's just giving me it's business, a different business idea.
It is.
Hey, we might have to run that back. Lupus and art. I love the ring of that.
When I get ready to launch these pieces, I'll make sure I bring them in.
I love the meaning, the ring of that. The ring of that.
Yes, definitely. So let me ask you a question. Okay. Since we're talking about lupus in business, how does your everyday work truly be affected by lupus with you? Because I know there's days where you can have flare-ups where you don't want to do anything at all. Then you have days where you can be like top of the world. Like, how does that affect your everyday? Because while you giving me my accolades, you be making boss moves on a day-to-day basis too. So let's not quit playing here.
You know, so if I heard your question correctly, what
does a day of work look like for you?
Oh wow, it's unpredictable. It's unpredictable. It's sporadic. It could be organized. It could be timely. You know, it just all depends. And people can be like, well, what do that mean? It just literally all depends. So if I wake up and I'm feeling great,
okay,
then I'm going to use my super energy to collectively organize everything that probably put me behind yesterday.
Okay.
And so that day will look productive. It will look like I'm organized, which I am organized, but it will look organized. I wouldn't be pivoting. I wouldn't be seeing what come first and what come last. It would just look like a perfect work day. If I'm not feeling so well, to you is my work is going to look perfect because that's what I do. I make it look good, but it won't be. It'll be all over the place behind the scenes, and I'll be choosing and picking, you know, what comes first, like on its time frames, if that makes sense. If I answered your question.
So let me ask you
accountability. Yeah, hold myself accountable.
Most definitely.
I didn't mean to say.
Shout out to the button. I was actually going to say, how do you hold yourself accountable when you're having flare-ups? But apparently you already hit the button. So
yes. How do I hold myself accountable? I am pretty aware of how I want my day to look. Okay. So if I have a vision, that's how I hold myself accountable. I have to have a vision. And if I have a vision, I can get it done. I hold myself accountable. I see what that looks like. You know what I mean? So my vision is what holds me accountable. My vision allows me to prioritize my work.
Okay. So let me ask you about your flare-ups. Well, first of all, when was the last time you had one? Because as long as I've known you, I personally haven't seen or heard you ever say you had one of them days where it's a wrap.
Yeah, so I haven't had a flare-up.
Okay.
I haven't had a flare-up.
Clap that down. Don't play. Don't get them to clap that down. That's cheap. That is not nothing to be quiet about.
I haven't had a flare-up, and I am in remission right now. So what that means is that I still have lupus, but I'm not showing any signs of that. And that's because if you take care of yourself the proper way, you can have your illness go in remission. Okay. And it's all based off the blood work and the urinalyses and stuff, things of that nature. Right. So I've been taking pretty good care of myself in order for it to go in remission. You got to do the footwork for it to go in remission. It's not just going to go in remission.
The reason why I asked that question, not to cut you off, I'm sorry about that because my mind just thought about it. The reason why I asked that question is because one of my sisters have lupus. and a friend of mine currently has lupus, and you two are in similar career fields. And often when I talk to her to check on her, because since you doing your show, I tend to be a little bit more active with checking on or being aware of my friends with lupus, because now that I have a little bit more knowledge,
I'm glad to hear that.
now that I have a lot, I ain't gonna say a little bit, now that I have a lot more knowledge of what y'all deal with and what y'all have to go through, I tend to be a little bit more, what's the word?
Aware?
Not just only aware, but a little bit more caring, in so many words, of making sure you're good. So my one friend, every time I turn around, she's constantly having these moments where she just has to shut down. Like the other day, she had to go to the hospital in regards to it, because her lupus was kind of being a little bit too much for her to handle, and she doesn't want to be an individual who's heavily medicated, because I learned that y'all could really get some serious pains in regards to it, where y'all taking major medication. She said that she never wanted to be one of those type of people in regards to it. So number one, shout out to you for being in remission. Number two, what are you doing for the listeners that have helped you maintain yourself long enough that you are now listed as being in remission? And what are you doing to basically keep the flare-ups to a minimum, if in your case, none at all?
Thank you for asking me that. That's a loaded question. And it's a loaded question because you have to accept what you have first.
Okay.
So I accepted that I have an illness. I accepted that I am different. And I accepted that it is okay. I am normal within the norms of my lupus.
Okay.
So you have to accept what you have. And once you accept what you have, you are able to learn your triggers, and your body is going to talk to you. Your body is going to tell you exactly what it doesn't want and what it doesn't need and things of that nature. Like, you got to listen to your body.
Okay.
And once you start doing that and being active with yourself by writing things down, you know, like how do my body respond when I eat this, and what happens when I drink this, you want to tend to stay away from that because you're not going to want to feel that way.
Right.
And so then you're going to start developing this long life journey to eating well with, eating well with lupus or living well with lupus, and going to be staying away from the things that can cause you to have inflammation and flare-ups of that nature. So it's a long road that never ends, but that's how it starts. You have to accept it first.
Have you worked with anybody else with lupus?
Worked with,
and I'm not talking
else?
Like within the organization, but you have a job and you find out one of your coworkers also have it.
Never.
Wow.
Never.
That's interesting.
I can't even say I worked with someone that has an autoimmune disease. I know of people.
Okay.
But I have never worked with someone.
Wow.
And I'm just kind of thinking, no. Nope.
Okay. We got to find people for you to work with so we can so you can see it from
not within my within my organization I have, but not just my personal. Right. No, I can't say I have.
Okay. Speaking of your organization, how has that helped you in regards to maintaining my lupus? Well, I'm a true but firm believer. I can't be teaching things and telling people things and standing on things if I'm not living it within myself. Right.
So, as I'm teaching, I'm study educating myself. Like, it's things that I don't know. And when I don't know, I bring it back to my organization and to the world too. So I practice what I preach, basically. Short story of I practice what I preach.
Okay.
Practice what I preach. People ask me, like, do you drink liquor, or do you do that, or do you do that? I have a happy life.
You do.
I indulge. I have fun.
You do.
But again, I know what I can drink. Like, I can't drink vodka. Vodka swells me up.
For real?
It does. I can't drink certain wine because it swells me up, because I listen to my body. And you'll know when you're not supposed to have some, because you'll wake up. For me, my fingers would be really red.
Okay.
And they'd be so swole. You can touch and it'll leave an indentation in there. So I know, dang, what did I have that night that was different? And that's how I know when I'm not supposed to have. Tequila is just fine for me. Tequila does nothing to me. It doesn't flare me up or anything like that.
You should only be drinking tequila anyway. That's drink it directly from the gods. But.
So, yeah, you really just gotta listen to your body. You gotta pay attention. You gotta be aware of what you're doing.
All right.
Gotta be aware of what you're doing.
Learn something new every day from you.
Gotta be aware of what you're doing. Like energy drinks. Like I used to tear down some energy drinks.
I would not peg you as an energy drinker.
And it's not good for me.
It's not good for anybody.
It's not.
But it's probably not good for you.
It's horrible for people.
What does it do to you?
It's going to eat my insides out. Like, so it's going to tear me down. In plain English, it's going to tear my insides up from the inside, and then it's going to have it's going to affect me outside. So I can be sick, having stomach pain.
I was going to ask you, does it affect your energy? Because energy drinks are only a sugar boost in so many words. Mm-hmm. So too much sugar for someone with lupus is counterproductive for y'all, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, it's not good.
So when the crash happens, do y'all really have like y'all can't do nothing kind of a situation? For me, because
everybody with lupus is different.
That's what I meant to say. Everybody's different.
For me, it gives me what I need for it to give me. But then I'm having it's affecting my kidneys at the same time. Like, because I can listen to my body so good, I know when my kidneys hurting. I feel it. So it's doing its job, but I don't crash to where it's like, I'm sleepy or anything like that. No, it's tearing me up from the inside out. So
no Red Bulls for you.
No. So with that being said, I replaced it with turmeric drinks. It gives you energy.
I've been seeing that, and I've been meant to ask you what that was.
So turmeric drinks gives you energy.
Okay.
I try to stick to things that's all natural and not bad, right? If you eat too much of something that's good, it can be bad for you too.
True.
So I replaced it. The taste is a little something to get used to, but I'm an exotic person, so it's okay with me. But they have like 10 different flavors.
Okay.
And it's a replacement of an energy drink, and it actually worked the whole entire day. So it actually worked best for me than the energy drink did work for me. So an energy drink will crash for me after about like 6-8 hours, but I wouldn't really crash, but it'll wear off.
Right.
A turmeric drink lasts throughout the whole entire day. It's like a whole balance.
Is it good enough to replace coffee?
It's funny that you asked me that, because I'm trying to get away from coffee, because coffee is not good for me either. Well, black coffee can be okay,
right,
but after you get through mixing it, it's not good. It depends. I haven't done it long enough.
I want you to go.
But I haven't been drinking as much coffee as I was doing.
I will give you that, because you used to always have a coffee cup in your hand. You ain't been having your Starbucks, your mocha with the oat milk lately.
So, I don't know. That's why I have a thing too, because people are like, what are you doing? How do you look so young and things like that? So I try to do like eat with me when I'm eating. Like, this is not always good, but it's okay to indulge, because I'm probably going to drink so many, cups of water after this to flush my system, right?
Right.
So I do a little snippets of things to eat with me and tasting and what's the benefits of it.
Yeah, I've been seeing you posting them drink ones. I ain't gonna lie, the first time you posted, I didn't know what the hell that was.
What you saying?
It looked like the drink thing that you have. I guess you must have took it out the box and it had a little package with it.
Oh, those are actually pretty good.
Okay.
They are very tasteful. I love it. It gives you a full, but you're not. You know how you eat food and you can feel sluggish?
Right.
Like certain bad food, you can feel sluggish. It
Definitely.
gets you at a full thing in it. But see, those are one of those things where you got to eat every 2 hours. And then I learned too, because you can mix it with water. You can mix it with milk. So I typically do coconut milk or walnut milk, which is good for us. It's very good together.
Coconut milk nasty to me, but I see where you're going with this. I see where you're going with this. Okay.
Or you can mix it with a juice. And I learned that when you mix it with the milk, it's like a whole full meal.
Okay.
When I do it with the water, it's just like, okay, I got to have that. And I probably got to have a granola bar or something too.
Okay.
To get that.
So it's a good energy booster, but it's also a good weight loss too.
It is. Okay. It definitely is.
Let me find out that's a cheat code.
It is.
Okay, let me go ahead and get that and get rid of these.
Having one at nighttime. We getting totally off the topic. But anyway,
we talking lupus, baby. We ain't never off topic.
I love my sour and sweet worms, right? But it has a lot of sugar in it. I can get up in the middle of the night and just be stuffing my mouth with some fat girl stuff, right? But I haven't had that in so long. I
Okay.
replaced that with cottage cheese and I can't say the word right. It starts with an F. But strawberries, blueberries. I replaced that with that, and it gives me the same exact taste.
Okay.
So I
So
do
you
that.
found your substitute.
I did, which is
Okay.
sour and sweet.
Okay.
I was gonna say it again. I want to slender the word, but strawberries and blueberries and blackberries, it gives you that tart,
Okay.
but it gives you that sweet too.
Okay.
And so I learned that it's just your taste palette.
It really is. You got
It's
to
just your taste palette.
If you cleanse your palate, stop having so much bitter and spicy and hot stuff, you can get your taste buds back. And once you do that, you can find better substitutes for things that we naturally eat that we shouldn't eat, like gummy worms.
Yeah, and like I was a chip person. So,
I'm still a chip person.
Pickles is in replacement of my chips. Pickles or cucumbers, because all I'm really looking for is that crunch.
Okay, I can give you that.
And it's a mindset. So when I'm like, oh,
There
it's
used
a
to
chip.
be a black girl staple in the hood.
What?
A pickle.
I'm lost. What?
Used to be a black girl staple in the hood. They would always go get a pickle. They'll get a pickle and hot chips.
I don't know, but I like pickles.
My baby loves pickles. All right, enough about this side conversation, because we can go all day. What we here to talk about?
Business and lupus. What do you
about
mean?
business?
What do that say?
What about business? What part of my business do you want to know about?
What part of your business that I want to know about? How do you maintain the 80 contracts that you have and it's only you?
Woo.
You're the biggest in the Midwest. So how do you handle that?
How do I handle all these different personalities in so many words?
Just not even personalities, paperwork, contract, different concepts.
That's basically what it boils down to. Every show is an extension of an individual's personality, because everybody has something that they want to say. I won't lie to you. Having a system is a must.
And what does that system look like?
The system actually looks like multiple different things. I have in my actual phone, I have a pre-made schedule that I literally have to look at and update every single week, making sure that I don't overdo it. So I give myself every single day a hard stop time. So no matter what, 6 o'clock is the earliest I will ever agree to record anybody. And it has nothing to do with the fact that I'm at work or anything like that, but just in general, even when I don't have to work or I don't have a 9 to 5, 6 o'clock is when I do what I do. I have to
AM?
PM. Most people record at the afternoon because most people work 9 to 5 jobs.
Okay.
So I won't record nobody before 6 o'clock, even if I don't have to work those particular days.
So your boundaries.
Yes,
you got your
those
boundaries.
are my boundaries. You always got to set your boundaries, because people will maneuver and manipulate your schedule as much as you have available for them to do so, and you have to control that.
So for what I'm hearing you say, you manage that by a schedule and boundaries.
Exactly. I refuse to let nobody change my boundaries.
Do you get burnt out?
Of course.
So what do you do to not be burnt out?
I'll let you know that when I actually let that happen. No, I get burnt out a lot. But what I started doing was I would eliminate days that I would not do anything related to the business at all. Monday and Tuesday at the current moment in time are the 2 days that I refuse to do anything related to the business at all.
So what I'm hearing you say is self-care.
Gotta be.
You sit down, and that rejuvenate you, and that get your mind set to why you love it. Because people think that because it's your dream job, it's something that you always want to do, you're going to always love it. That's not true.
That's definitely not true.
Right.
You will, when your dream becomes work, the love leaves the room. If I feel like I have to get up and do this every day, if I have to be here at 5 o'clock to record somebody, and I'm recording from 5 to 11, Monday through Friday, and then I'm here every day, Saturday and Sunday, it's not a dream anymore. Even though.
So let me ask you something. Mm-hmm. So when you get your dream job, dream career, however you want to say it, from your perspective, you're saying Once your dream become your reality, even though you still love that, it's a love and hate type of thing. You have to step back to see why you fell in love with it the first place. So you got to have that self-care pause to go back in it full force.
Most definitely.
Okay.
Because your dreams are not just one thing. There's levels to them. So you always have to be able to figure out how you want to grow your dream. Your dream could be to open your business. Let's use Lupus Has No Face. Your dream was to open a nonprofit 501c3. 503.
501c3.
501c3. I'm getting there. Okay. Your dream was to open that. You did that 5 years ago, right?
Next year will be 5 years.
Girl, we gonna say 5 years.
5 years.
Now.
Okay. 5 years. 5 years.
You dreamed it 5 years ago. Was that work?
Okay.
All right. You dreamed it 5 years ago. So year one, when it happened, when you started it, you were happy. You had your dream. But now you have to reevaluate your dream because now you got to make it to year one. What's going to make from the day I started it to year one feel special? Then you got to make year one to year two to year three. Now here we are at year four. You have walks under your belts. You have giveaways under your belts. You have informative things under your belts. You have journals you've written under your belt. Every single step, your dream got bigger.
Yeah. So, okay. So,
and you have to do that. And if you don't do that, if you don't set boundaries so you can make the dream grow, it's going to turn into work. And you're going to give up on it because you don't want to do it anymore because it's not fun anymore.
And it's funny that you say that because a lot of people think when you're starting an entrepreneurship that it's supposed to just be easy. And I don't think that they think like, oh, this is going to be easy. I think that they don't think that they have to work 1,000 times harder than they have to do their 9 to 5. Yes. Your 9 to 5 feeds your dreams, your entrepreneur dreams, but you still have to go to bed late. You have to wake up early. You have to sacrifice because if you don't, what happens is your dream become a hobby, right? So as I went along for Lupus Has No Face, it was like, okay, this part was knocked off. What else can I do? Because for me and my nonprofit, you gotta add streamlines of income to make it make sense. Right. You know, you still gotta make money while you're giving away to the people, right? Right. So things has to be added, right? So that's the umbrella, and there's a lot of things added. And I feel like when you are in your business, you learn your business, you get educated, you pour back into yourself, you go to seminars, you have seats at the table in order to feed your business. Because if you don't do that, your business will fail or will be at a standstill and it will still fall off the earth. So it'd be like you did it for nothing.
Right. And you always got to do your homework while you're doing your business. The one thing that a lot of people who are entrepreneurs are not really entrepreneurs.
And okay, so what makes you say that?
Okay. People who go out and go into business for themselves are one of two things. You're either a hustler or you're an entrepreneur. And the biggest difference between a hustler and an entrepreneur is the amount of legitimacy behind it. I can go out here and I can record podcasts or I can do music or I can produce stuff all I want to. But if I don't have the LLC behind it, if I don't have the tax forms behind it, if I don't have the article of operation behind it, if I don't have anything that would make it legitimate, I'm wasting my time. I'm just doing this for fun. I'm just out here hustling for a dollar. And then on top of that, what makes an entrepreneur different than a hustler is because my goal is not to keep doing this. My goal is to make this pay for itself while I do something else.
That's somebody running this for you.
Or making it run itself. See, let's take Unapologetically Me for an example, right? That's a brand, but it's a drop shipping brand. So I'm not out here printing the shirts. I'm not out here making the logos in regards to it. I'm not out here at vending events, selling or doing anything of that nature. I'm not doing any of that. That does it by itself. Why it does it by itself? Because I make sure that it's tied to something else that I'm doing the work for. So as my podcasts go out, there's commercials that run either in the beginning or behind it that promotes my stuff. When I do videos, there's commercials that are created for it that puts itself out there. I don't even have to have shirts on deck. I have a website that you will go to and you order your shirt yourself, and you will still get it in the exact same time as if you decide to come to me and get it printed.
So you are making money while you sleep.
Exactly. That's the difference between an entrepreneur and a hustler, because a hustler wakes up the very next day and tries to figure out how what they're currently doing can make another dollar, instead of making what it's doing make its own money, and you're doing something else on top of that.
So I wouldn't use those words per se, but so wouldn't you say a hustler turns into an entrepreneur then?
Of course,
because
you have to have a hustler ambition to even be an entrepreneur, because there's going to be days, baby, where you ask yourself, why am I doing this? I know shop owners who are very successful who will tell you there's days where they sat in their shop for a whole week and not a single person walked through the door.
And you have to be okay with that.
And you have to be okay with that.
Shout out to Mikkel D, my coach, my friend, my business partner.
Shout out to my homie.
She taught me, like, you have to perform as if there was a million people in a room, even if one person showed up, because that one person got the message. And that stuck with me. When someone tells me something that makes total sense to me, and I get the feeling like I felt good about that, that sticks with me. And then I put that into what it is that I do to even feedback to the people. But that would break a lot of people down. It would break a lot of people down. Like, only this person, because I was there. I've been there. Like, man, ain't nobody. No, it doesn't matter, because it's something that I probably did that wasn't right. I probably started promoting late. I probably didn't promote to the proper target. I probably didn't do enough. It's something that I did. And once you can take accountability and responsibilities as to why it didn't happen the way that it needs to happen, then you can continue to go and walk with your head up and still, do what it is that you need to do.
Let's stop right there. You literally just said in so many words what makes an entrepreneur successful. They take every single opportunity and they do their homework in regards to it. As long as you've known me, I've always talked about homework, right?
Yeah.
I'm always giving everybody homework, right? But one of the things is every event can't be a successful event. Okay.
No, it can.
No. Hear me out.
Wait, can I say something?
Go right ahead.
When I mean that it can, like, once you find your niche, once you had that first successful one, then everyone buy. But even then, you might not then though.
Right. I was getting ready to get there. So, what I mean by every event can't be a successful event. I've done live shows, whether they're my own or I produce other people's live shows. I've been the audio technician for multiple events, and people have had this expectations of thousands of people coming. In some events they did, and then other events they didn't. Nobody showed up, and they had this grand plan, and they did all this money and all this investing. And I sat down and I said, it's not successful based on the standard that you're basing it on, but it's still a successful event because you were able to put all the proper pieces in place that this event ran smoothly. Because this event ran smoothly, that means the next time you get ready to do one, you don't have to worry about that part. That part's now on autopilot for you, to the point that everything is good. Now, let's go look, like you said, let's look at what was missing. A lot of people don't know how to properly promote. Okay. A lot of people just only post it on social media and call it a day, not realizing how social media really works. Because there's a trick to social media too. People don't have street teams anymore. Nobody's physically going out there talking to these different spaces. People are not trying to buy commercials. People are trying to grow their business without spending anything at all. And unfortunately, in the way this world works, you can't do that.
No, it's not. That's
emotional damage.
I am so sorry, you guys.
No, because that probably just emotionally hurt somebody. We probably just hurt somebody's feeling. Emotionally damaged. Oh, like, you probably just emotionally hurt somebody right there.
We didn't mean to put that, but no. So that's absolutely true. And people want to be entrepreneurs, but they don't want to get out their shells. You have to talk to any and everybody you see. Your fun has to be work. Wherever you go, you have to be able to talk about yourself. You have to be able to talk about what you do. You have to be able to fit that in to what it is that you do. Because it's some dope people out here in this world. And if you're just going out and doing whatever and not speaking on what you need to speak on, and your business is not quite here yet, how do you think your business is supposed to be, get out there? The word of mouth, right?
Let me give you your tulips real quick. Okay.
My tulips.
Let me give you your tulips real quick. The one thing about you that I have always admired, especially when we were first starting the panel, you didn't give a damn where we were at. You gonna promote. You gonna push. You gonna talk to somebody. You gonna build a rapport. You gonna find somebody in this establishment that's gonna be down with the cause. That's gonna be down with your team. You have no problem whatsoever to talk about what you are passionate about, and you will do it in front of anybody and everybody. And I have to give you your tulips simply because that actually has motivated a lot of people that we're around to do the same. There are a lot of people in our camp that literally has no problem going out talking to people, including myself, because in the back of our minds, what we say is, I'm going to go out here and do it like Savannah do it.
Oh, that makes me so happy. You know, it makes me so happy because I wasn't always like that. I got in the mindset it's like, you only can tell me no, and
Exactly.
your no is just only gonna make me go harder, because it's gonna be like, why didn't I reach that person? It's not gonna bother me. It's just gonna be like, why didn't I reach that person? And simply sometimes it's just not for that person, or that person mindset is not even there.
Exactly.
And sometimes, like Mikhail said, you're 1, 2, or 3. Maybe you are 3. And maybe you see me the 3rd time, it's like, you're going to come to me because it's going to be like, she came to me already. What is it that you do again? I want to come. I don't have nothing on my schedule. So they always come around.
And I noticed that there's a lot of people that when we go to places, they remember you because you came to talk to them about something.
I feel like making them feel important.
Exactly.
I got to give them a compliment. I got to ask them. I got to let them talk about them for a minute. And then I got to jump in and let them know what's going on. And once you allow somebody to talk about yourself, from my experience, you leave a different impression.
You most definitely do.
You saying, I care about what it is that you do.
That's actually true.
You know what I'm saying?
You
and people
literally
remember
just gave
that.
everybody the cheat code.
Hey, it's free. I don't gatekeep around here.
We don't gatekeep around here. All right, we got a couple of comments that popped in.
Oh, okay.
I forgot. Okay, so Tanisha earlier was like, "That's so."
Hey,
dope.
Tanisha, she is such a big supporter. I love her.
I love
when
her
she
too.
came to it was Judge's event.
Yes.
Shout out to Judge for dope. You had a dope game night.
He did.
Shout out to Judge Rogers. But he's also a part of the panel, right?
Of course he is.
So she said, I seen your post. I just made a post. I seen your post and I had to pull up. That when I say that's so much, she supports. So I think you appreciate. So anytime I ever get a chance, I'm pulling up and I'm stopping. She said I have to pull up.
Oh.
Whether you stop in for 5 minutes or 5 hours is always appreciative.
We always appreciate, because that 5 minutes could all you need to make your day.
And you had a great time.
So it's always good when we see her. All right, Quentin said, "What's up?" Shout out to the boy.
Hey, shut up and hustle. TG in the building. Hey, baby.
Okay.
You got to teach me that dance. She told me how to dance, y'all.
You know I got 2 versions of that video, right? I just want you to know that.
I got don't show nobody that.
2 versions of that video. I just want you to know that. All right. Speaking of Tika, she's actually hosting a comedy show.
Uh-huh.
So for those people who are not fans of poetry, you don't have to come to my event, because Tika's actually hosting an event the exact same day.
Okay.
Over on Jefferson. So I'll make sure we drop that information in the comments as well too. She's not going to be able to play. She's actually mad because they changed the date on her. But she really wanted to be there. But that's cool.
Business.
It's business. We understand. TG is everywhere. You know, pretty soon.
She's pretty dope too. So y'all should check her out. Like we said, we're gonna drop some of that in
definitely check her out. If I didn't have my own event, I most definitely would be there for that event. Absolutely. In regards, so that's the only comments we got so far.
That's okay. What you mean?
I said so far. Just said so far. I didn't say it was a bad thing. Just so far.
So you have to tell us: is there another person behind you? Like, what if something? So okay, that's another thing. People keeps control. So you have 80 contracts, right?
Yes.
Do you let go of that creative control, for one, so you don't get burnt out, and for two, if something was just to happen or you want to go on vacation, for somebody else to be able to run it how it needs to be ran and allows you to stop away from the scene? Or are you that one person that you have to be in control?
Okay, so great question. The last chapter of my life recently has been relinquishing control.
How does that feel? And what made you do that?
What made
First, what made you do that? And when you did that, how did that make you feel?
Okay. What made me do that was there was a period of time where the business was growing super fast. When the pandemic hit and everybody had time, everybody wanted to talk. I ain't gonna lie to you. When everybody had time, everybody wanted to talk. So it was a point in time where the business blew the hell up. It was, when I tell you, this wall behind you was just plaques on plaques on plaques on plaques of shows, and they were all recording simultaneously in the same space. And I would be here all day, every day. I'm talking 3 p.m. in the afternoon to midnight, Monday through Friday, and all day Saturday, Sunday. Kids didn't see me. It was like, oh yeah, daddy, you're gone, so we're gonna go. Like, they went to Disneyland 1 week and I did not know the whole family had left because I was always that busy.
So what made you release control?
So what made me end up releasing control was burnout number one, watching my kids grow up, and I really wasn't there to see some of the moments. But the biggest factor, and I will not take this away from him at all, is my boy Tommy Miles was here producing a show. And one day me and Tommy sat down and we were just having a regular conversation. And Tommy had told me about some dreams that he wanted to do. And I was like, damn, bro, I actually planned on that being my next move. I think it would be dope if we partnered on this in regards to it. And he was like, say less. And then as we started working towards TDR, putting the radio back in TDR, I realized I basically found my business partner. I found an individual who sees music, who sees podcasting, who sees communication the same way I do. And when I sat down and I told him, like, bro, I'm going to rebrand the whole business and I want you to be my partner. Like, I want you to be on paper with me in regards to this.
So what I'm hearing you say is that life was going past you and it was the pandemic time and you
Right.
was just so, working, and time just went past.
Right.
And you met this amazing person, and because you wasn't so involved with the family, you felt comfortable enough to give him part of control because he thought like you.
He did.
And so when you did that, when you released some of that control, how did you feel?
In the beginning, I was worried. But
why?
It's my firstborn.
So were you worried? And I'm asking this because a lot of people make this mistake in business.
Yeah.
So was you worried because you like, he's not going to do it exactly how I will do it, or he may not do what needs to be done, or the ball may drop? Like, why were you worried if you trusted him enough to make that decision in the first place?
You
understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying. Even though we see eye and eye in a lot of stuff, I did not think at the time he seen the end goal like I did. You see, most of my team were accustomed to tone. Even to this day, a lot of people will work with me and only me because we've built that rapport. So to bring somebody new in and says, hey, this person is going to now be responsible for taking over your show, some people will pull back in regards to that. Some people may not mesh with him like that. This was some of my concerns in the early portion, but it was a necessary move. But then what happened was, over time, a lot of people really started gravitating towards him. Tommy is a cool dude. You've met him. He's funny. He's charismatic. He gets the people going. He's provocative. I'm just kidding. But he actually ended up turning out being like the perfect partner for what I'm doing in regards to this. So initially, that fear, it's just like when you have your first child and you're not comfortable with leaving your kid with just anybody.
So you'll compare that to that?
I always do. That's why anytime anybody asks me about my business, I say it's my firstborn, because it's the one thing I put the most effort in until my girls got here. So it was my firstborn. I've been doing this for 13 years. I have a teenager by definition. So now I have a teenager that hangs out with other people. So now I got to be okay that it's okay over here. And Tommy has done a great job. He taken half my load. He's even came to me on numerous times like, bro, I can do more. Just tell me what you need me to do.
So you relinquish control, you feel comfortable, and it's still a success. So with that being said, it seems that you still hold on a lot of other control. So why won't you relinquish not all your control, but why won't you teach someone how to operate the studio if you just choose to go on vacation and for you to still make money, like you said, while you're
Okay.
asleep, and for things to still go on? So why won't you, or are you looking to do that in the near future?
That is something that must be done in the
Okay.
near future. It's not even a looking to, wanting to.
Mhm.
It must be done.
Mhm.
First of all, the biggest thing is I got to have somebody that has the passion. A lot of people right now are looking for jobs. Nobody's looking for careers when it comes to doing this. Secondly, because once you learn how to do this,
Mhm.
you tend to find out you can do it on your own. That's the one thing I tell everybody about my business. This business is a self-sufficient business where you can do this if you want to,
Mhm.
if you put the time and effort in it. The reason why my business is successful because people don't want to put the effort into it. They
Mhm.
want to just come in, sit down, and we take care of everything behind the scenes. So the talent, the training, the teaching, getting somebody who's dedicated to it, like the way me and Tommy is, creating the rapport with y'all. I also got to make sure at the end of the day, whoever comes in here and is a representation of me still creates the safe space here.
Yeah. So that's just like hiring somebody.
It is definitely like hiring somebody. And that's the thing. I have to make sure that whoever I hire is a good fit. I can't just hire you because I need to go on vacation next month. No, I have to make sure that you're going to be here for the long run. So if I do say, okay, Thursdays and Fridays, I'm not recording anymore. John Doe now is the producer on those 2 days. I have to be able to go home and feel like John Doe is doing exactly what needs to be done.
Yeah, for me, it was for me, relinquish control is more so of, I don't want to be not being there. I want to be able to train you and then leave you, and to leave, and for me to be comfortable. I don't want
Exactly.
to have to come back and look over your shoulder and still do my job. That's too much. But the control that I have released to whom I have it released to, I feel comfortable enough to, and it relieves stress off of me, because I know
Stress is major
that,
for you too.
yeah, stress is major for me. It's not good for me to be stressed. Like
Exactly.
waking up every day is stressful for me.
Oh my.
You know what I'm saying? But that's the norm stress.
You're right.
So anything outside of my norm, I tend to not want to even deal with it. I tend to not dabble in that at all, because that can sit me down. So with that being said,
Right.
I'm okay with releasing control, because I pick up on energy. I pick
Mhm.
up on how people are. So I feel like if I do release control to you, I'm comfortable.
Exactly.
You're worthy of that, and things will be how it needs to be. Do we have a special guest in the building? Hey, we got our lovely Kenda. Ken is here from Minding My Own. She's gonna join us for the last segment of this
You
show.
just gonna
She
make
looks
her
so beautiful.
Just gonna make her sit down.
How you doing?
Your whole microphone over there and everything. It's on the table.
How we doing?
I got it.
So we moving around, walking around, y'all. Just excuse us. Just excuse us. So we're just talking about lupus and business. Kind of jumped all over the place, but it was still dealing with lupus. You know how this can go sometimes.
I know.
Nice, it can go sometimes. Where you coming from, beautiful?
From home.
You look gorgeous. Smelling good.
Thank you. Thank you. I made some spaghetti tonight.
What?
Oh, and she
Okay.
ain't bring us none.
Okay, question. Do you make your spaghetti with the meat in it, or do you make it on the side and you add it if you want to?
I do it separate. I make the noodles
So-
and the meat and the sauce separate. And I
You
let
keep-
my kids
You
figure
keep
it
your
out.
spaghetti there.
Yeah.
I gotta have it all mixed.
I mean, you do mix it when you put it on
No,
your
no,
plate.
I need it in the beginning.
See, here we go.
I need it in the beginning.
Yeah.
Well,
I do
again, if
mine
you
like
guys
that.
don't know who Kenda is, she has Minding My Own podcast. She's on Thursdays as well at 7:30 live on all platforms as well.
Hold
Yes,
on.
ma'am.
What's your podcast about? We're talking about business and lupus. So what's your podcast about?
It's about highlighting entrepreneurs as human beings.
And what do that look like?
It just means that people who are business owners, they got stuff they gotta say, but they get judged if they say it, on Facebook or any other platform. So I try to give them a place they can speak their piece and say it freely and not be judged.
That's dope.
So yeah, that's
Definitely.
what my podcast is.
How has
Thank
that been
you.
going for you?
Pretty good. We'll be over a year now. So
Congratulations. Congratulations. What would you say has been some stumbling blocks?
ooh. I would say initially it was just coming up with topics every week and just trying to find the right guest. But over time, when you make a presence and people like what you're doing, then they come naturally. So now I don't even have that problem no more. It comes.
So you done did enough footwork, so now it's doing it for itself.
Yeah,
That's
doing it for
dope.
itself.
That's dope. So what would you tell a newly entrepreneur that feels like I'm just working, and nothing is happening? Like, what would you tell them?
I would first tell them, make sure you're doing it because you love what you do. If you do it just for money, it's going to be hard to stick in there because you're going to get very impatient about the process and how long it takes. And eventually you're going to back away from it. So first, make sure it's something you love. And then next, I would say just give yourself grace. Give yourself grace and seek out people who love you enough to give you some solid advice and some feedback so that you can continuously improve. You can't be closed off to criticism and stuff like that. So
Yes, criticism is very important. They got to be able to take that constructive criticism.
yeah,
Because you may be tunnel visioning and not seeing what you're doing is wrong as to why you haven't got to the next level, and you got to sit and pause.
exactly.
So you got to have those people around you that's able to keep it real with you, so you can progress
exactly
and check off those goals.
Yeah, you got to trust people. Can't
And you got
got
to trust the process.
Yep.
You got to trust the process because if you doing what you are supposed to be doing and not cheating the code, you're gonna walk up one day and it's gonna be how you said. Now
Yeah.
people are contacting you. Isn't that a good feeling?
That's a
People
great
are
feeling.
contacting you. You are choosing and picking. Before you had to go with who was available.
Yeah.
Now you have a selective choice of who you want to bring on your show.
On the show, yeah.
And that
Yep.
looks different, right?
Yeah.
And you was able to create that feeling and to see that under a year.
Yeah, I even scaled back. I was doing two shows a month. Me and him like that ain't enough.
How does that feel? That's like leaving money on the
We
table.
gotta keep it at the 4. What?
How does that feel? You're just able to leave
Yeah.
money on the table.
That was great. It gives me more chances to collaborate. It gives us way more substantial topics to bring out to the world, and it's just more connections with people, more relationships we building. So
So now that you're
That's
more
huge.
successful than you was a year before,
yeah,
what does that look like?
shoot, it looks like the panel.
Hey, not even trying to be funny. What most of y'all
But I'm
don't.
dead serious.
It's dead serious. Like if y'all actually go back and look at Kenda's whole last year and the guests, I think about 90% of the panel was on there
Yeah.
in one shape or form.
Which is why it looks like the panel, because again, we built so many solid relationships, had people come on, got to get them know them, from the human being standpoint, not just as business owners, like really getting to know how they feel and how they move in the world. And I was able to bring those dope people together. You one of them.
Thank you. Thank you.
Boss man over here.
I was minding my business one day, and Kenda was like, "Hey, we got this panel thing we doing." I was like, "We here.
We here.
We here now."
We here. Ain't no turning back.
So I hear you say that you mastered your podcast. Now you have a panel podcast, and now you're doing that. So you were just mastering things. You got that egg all together. Now you just cracked another egg, and you were forming that.
Yeah,
So
eggs are good. I like eggs. Boiled eggs, fried eggs, scrambled eggs. We got all the eggs in the basket now.
I'm gonna behave.
Hey, it's always about once we link up. It's always about once we link up. So you would just tell the people continuous moving, continue and trust the process, because it takes some years to see anything.
It could take some time. I remember in the beginning I was discouraged because I was having a hard time getting people to follow my YouTube channel and subscribe.
And look at you now.
Yeah, now I'm doing pretty good. I think I'm at like 180 subscribers right now, which is pretty good.
And
I
that's
want to get
dope.
more, but
Right.
that's pretty good because I started off with nothing. So
Right.
to get 180 people to be like, you dope, I rock with you, I watch your show. I pay attention to the views and everything, comments that people leave, and I respond to that. So like, yeah, it's really interactive. I love engaging with people. I love giving people a safe space. So that's what
So
it's
how
about.
does that play on your stress levels?
It doesn't.
That's dope. So would you say that's an outlet for you?
It's definitely an outlet. But it's also a way to express myself, be creative, and just love on the people that love on me.
Because I watched some of your shows, and I even was able to be a part of your shows, which I feel like they are pretty dope.
Thank you.
So for me, I feel like you serve some people. Do you say you serve because you're doing a podcast? Because I feel like
Oh yeah.
some of the people that I seen on your show, you gave them a voice, and they was able to really be their authentic selves, and they was
Yeah.
able to say really actually what you said, that they didn't want to say it on a platform because you can give a lot of negative feedback, but they was able to come on your platform, which was safe, and this is what it is that you do
Yep.
to able to express themselves to the community
Yeah.
of their concerns.
Yeah, and they know that the people that's watching my show is expecting that, so people not really judging them, and they still gonna come by from them. They still gonna get services from them and stuff. It's just hearing other people's point of view is a part of your growth, even if you don't agree with what I say. Just being able to be mature enough to process it and consider it and move on is a huge step for especially adults. It's a huge step for
And
adults.
even
like,
to get it out.
Yeah, get it out there, put it out there, say what you want to say. Like I've had some real dope people on the show.
You have.
You for
You
one.
have. Thank you.
Rachel V came on. Ashley.
Yes.
Shout out to Rachel. I was just talking to her the other day. I said somebody need to go see Rachel.
Oh yeah. That was me.
Yeah.
That was me you was talking to.
I was like, yeah, somebody need to
I'm
go
like, that
see
sounds like a
Rachel.
high end name. Who's that again? I'm like, oh, I know who she is.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know who she is.
I've had Brittany Keys was here last time. Plenty of people came
You got
on.
too many people to shout out. You
Yeah,
don't want to shout out people.
just
Just
so
They go like,
many.
you ain't say my name. We talking about her whole overall people that has ever been on her show.
I'm gonna just say because all the people in the comments came. Tashima Dean, Quinn Gladney, Tika Gross. Shout out to all y'all. Them people family. So y'all see them names, them people family for life.
Wow. So that's just
yeah.
amazing. That's
Yeah.
amazing that you just keep striving and keep going. So
Thank you.
have you ever worked with anybody that had an autoimmune disease?
So far on my show, not that anybody has told me except for you. But I have had people come on my show talk about domestic violence. I've had people come on and talk about substance abuse. People came on and just talked about being motherhood and what it's like to raise kids these days. Like there's such a plethora of conversations that we have, and I believe you were my first guest to come on and talk about autoimmune diseases, and that's super important. So I'm glad to say you are the only so far.
How do you feel? How do you feel working with somebody, not only that we are so close and bond right now?
Yeah.
Like, how do you feel? Did you perceive it different? Did you feel like you had to operate a certain type of way in the beginning when you found out? Like, what was your outlook on?
I would say it just showed me that you never know what people are going through because lupus has no face. I couldn't tell you had lupus, and and there's probably plenty of people that I met that I didn't know had lupus, and not everybody puts it out there. But like I've seen people with like diabetes and things like that, but I've never had anybody tell me like I have lupus and this is some of the things that can happen to me. So now I'm like real aware. Yeah. And when you say something wrong with you, I'm like, you sure it ain't this? Like now you need some water. Like what you need? Like, so now I know, like it just give you that compassion and that empathy towards that person. Yeah.
And you definitely have it. I definitely want to applaud. It's other people out there, but I definitely want to applaud my team. You being a part of my team, being a part of your team, the TDR network, the panel, and my sorority and family. I definitely want to applaud y'all. Look, like I said, that you're here giving y'all flowers. Like y'all really do take care of me. Like, y'all are very y'all are very thoughtful. Y'all are very mindful. And y'all don't do it in a way, you don't do it in a way where it's just overbearing. overwhelming or like
'Cause it's your
making me feel like I'm
superpower.
saying, yeah. So like, I appreciate that. Like, I
Yeah.
appreciate that because I do need that. You know what I'm saying? And checking in or like, I am doing too much. Let me sit myself down. You know what I'm saying? Or giving me that, showing me that grace. So I appreciate that. And I feel like when you are working with other people, people should know what you're going through and what you have so they can better know how to treat you because we still do have fun at the end of the day.
Yeah, we still have fun. We still know where business lies. Like we know what's going on.
We know how to cut it off and cut it back on.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
appreciate that. You are you're a good spirit, good soul for that.
We are.
There's been many times where we are strictly here on business
Yeah,
and then end up having a great time.
yeah.
Like we
We
are
do,
damn
we
good
do.
at that.
Yeah, and even you being the man that you have a very soft side,
He's
a
balanced.
very caring side,
Hey,
a very, how's your mental? Are you okay? No, this is Lupus Has No Face.
Don't
We're
tell
gonna
nobody
talk
that.
about it.
He said, "This is my show."
Don't tell nobody.
You have that very caring side. Like before I even come in and sit down, it's like, how's your mental? How are you doing? And I can appreciate that because most people don't ever get to ask that question.
know.
They don't get people to ask them that question. And to have that silent battle that they going through, just not even have an autoimmune disease. I can only imagine what that feel like, not having an outlet.
Mhm.
Okay, let me give you your tulips one more time.
I was giving y'all flowers.
I know that. No, you reminded me of something, and I have to give you your tulips because I'll forget. Because of
Aw.
you and you pushing me to step out from behind the scenes and actually create safe spaces, not just for those who are on TDR, but for men in general and be mentors. I've actually got about 3 or 4 young male mentors under my belt right now.
That's what's up.
Congratulations.
And one of them is a young man who, until he met me, did not know how to express himself. He conveyed a few things that he had never told anybody else, which is why I'm not going to say no names or anything.
Good job.
And just the simple fact that the normal me would have been like, I ain't gonna go about my day, but for some odd reason, he came around and I just sat down and I talked to him, just like, hey, bro, like, what's good? What's going on with you? And he just started pouring out, and I'm like, yeah, you need somebody. And I asked him, I was like, your inner child right now, what does he need? And he was like, I just need a hug. And I was like, bro, just ask for one. And I was working when I said that to him, but I looked over at him, and when I tell you this man was crying like he's trying to feel the Nile River, and just the simple fact that somebody sat down, not only listened to him, but guided him was so like major to him.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing.
And
I think that is.
it is.
That's
You
a
brought that out
beautiful
of him.
thing.
It is.
Yeah, people be
Oh, I can't get rid of him now because I also found some other stuff out too. So
Yeah.
he ain't going nowhere by default. But it was like, I gotta give you your tulips because you make me step outside my box, which end up helping other people. So
Me too.
yeah,
I bragged on her at the job interview.
I brag on her all the time. I don't think she be realizing that. Like, no, real talk. She don't understand. I really do be bragging on her big time to the point where people really be like, okay, what's this website again? I was like, go just here, give here. Just she's dope. You need
I've
to,
had
you need to get it.
friends, but I've never had a friend like you.
my
I'm just
God,
keeping it a buck.
I don't think
just-
they make people like her.
Y'all-
I've
Like,
had friends, but
honestly-
I've never had a friend like her. I'm serious.
Oh my God.
I mean that with all my heart.
Oh,
Every time I hang up the phone with her, I'll be like, I just love her.
oh
say that every
my
Wait.
time.
Y'all be
God.
having conversations without, you know what? And here I'll be at the crib bored. I'll be like, I wonder what they doing. Y'all over here having 4-hour conversations with her. You know what?
Anybody that's not linked in with you, I feel sorry for them because they missing a dope spirit.
No, they chose to
And-
not
and-
be
and
linked. That's their fault.
That's their fault.
That's their
Exactly.
fault.
That's what I'm
Sometimes,
saying.
Oh my
That's
God.
sometimes when you shine too bright, some people can't be around it.
I love y'all. I
Exactly.
love y'all, and I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't take it for granted. Y'all got me feeling like just all butterflies on the inside.
As you should.
Hold on now.
But
because-
you know,
Now, when you say butterflies, you're not getting the kind that go around your face. Here.
not
Okay.
no, just the
Just
butterflies
the
on the
emotional
inside.
butterflies.
And
You
I
gotta
appreciate
compare it.
that because you know a lot of people are intimidated by my presence, which is so weird to me. Because once you know me, I feel like I'm a very cool, you know, authentic type of person, and it's just easy being myself around y'all.
Yeah.
It
You-
really is.
you
I don't
wanna
have to
know
dim
what-
my light with y'all because you got a bright light. You're beautiful. You
Thank you,
fashionable. You educated. You know what I'm saying? All that. So like we neck to neck. You know what I'm saying? So and I love it. And then we got the male over here. He's very he's very educated as well. You know what I'm saying? He's very educated and you have a
Smart.
way with the words. And I think it's good for you to use your voice authentically to these other young men that does not have a voice because you
That's
came
true.
from a place to where you can
He can write a book for sure.
yeah. We got a couple of
For
comments
sure.
on
Be
there.
quiet. Be quiet.
Katrina, that's right, cousin. Give people their flowers while they are. You have to. It's okay to brag on other people. It's okay to brag on y'all friends. It's okay to brag on somebody that you know of. It's okay.
Yeah,
It's totally okay.
I
Ron Wilson, hey.
I don't know when and where the world changed that people don't do that.
Yeah.
Like
It's a lot of people. That
I have a
don't do
hard
that.
time being around people that
Like,
can't
how can you
give
not
a
look-
simple compliment?
like how can you not love on your people? Why are y'all around each other?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you're intimidated by what I'm doing, then level up.
Mhm.
Because I'm not doing anything that you can't do yourself.
Exactly.
Matter of fact, if you're around me long enough, you should be learning how to do this anyway.
If you're around me, I'm gonna help you level up.
Big all American fact.
That's just what it is.
I feed off of smart people. I
Mhm.
love it. Teach
Yeah.
me something. Let me.
Yeah.
How did you do that? You know what I'm saying? I look at your shows and I'm like, oh my god. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's different, but I really love how you do your
Thanks.
shows and how you communicate with your people and things of that nature. So, and I always it's easy to compliment people when they're doing such a beautiful job, and it's easy to be there for someone. Because I want the same grace.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So I just extend my graces out to the people, that are like me,
Yeah.
and that's not like me. Because people be going through their silent battles.
And sometimes
never
if
know.
you show somebody a better way to do it, if they've never done it before, they can't resist the energy that you put out there.
But they
And
will.
Yeah,
They got
it's
everything
a lot
to
of
do with
people that will, but then there
themselves.
are some people that'll be like, "Wow, you know, you just showed me a feeling I never felt before, and you know, I should have been doing this. Let me take heed." You know,
Mhm.
some people will take heed, and I like them people
I like them
because they
people.
open.
I like the people.
They open. They want to learn. You know, they want to grow. You
They're
know,
cool to be around.
Yeah.
yeah. So
It's usually not boring around them kind of people.
right, them kind of people. Not only do they want to learn, they want to teach you something.
And
it's
that's
like now
what it's
it's the
all about.
exchange.
Why be around someone that you cannot learn and grow from? And to the wrong ear, they be like, "That's using." That's not using.
No, it's
It's
not.
not you.
Why would you want to be around of nothing? You think you're gonna become nothing. You should want to be around who you inspire to be, what you aspire to be like in a couple of years, because that's what you're going to do. And you got to
Exactly.
be around those people that are growing. If you're not around those people that are not growing, then you're going to be at a standstill yourself.
Exactly.
Like comedy and happiness, that does a lot for my illness. I don't want to be around people that's mad all the time. Y'all is gonna
Mhm.
play on my mental. So I have gotten away from a lot of people. I no, you're going to make me ill. I can't be like that. And I don't want to explain myself to you like you're just so down all the time and you're going to make me feel sick because you're going to play on my emotions. No,
Mhm.
I tend to know who they are and how I feel all the time when I'm around them. And if I'm getting anxiety when I'm around you all the time, I don't want to be around you.
I don't
You're
wanna be
not, it's
around
not
you.
good. It's not good for me.
Right.
If you're a healthy
Nobody.
person, it's not good for you. Then what you think it's gonna do for me?
Exactly.
So I like being around overall happy people. That don't mean y'all happy every day, but y'all got a good spirit.
Right.
So I appreciate that with my my normal people that I'm around on an everyday basis. Especially
Aw.
if I talk to you every day. So.
Don't tell him. He gonna
I get a little jealous. I get a little jealous. I like to be
Tell
talked to
him.
too. I like to have conversations. Call me sometimes. Damn, I ain't doing shit. Playing Call of Duty. Talk to me.
we usually talk on my lunch hour.
I know it's cool. No,
and
I-
go take
y'all-
lunches
y'all can
together, cute girly girl type things.
Yeah.
But
Y'all
we
can
don't
have
want to
that.
get away from the show.
This show doesn't.
So this was just a special edition again. I do want to send my great what word am I looking for? Great wishes and prayers to Sean P, whatever he's dealing with. But he will be here next Wednesday. And again, Ken, I want you to let them know what all you got coming up and where they can find you on all the platforms before we end our show.
Man, well, tomorrow I'm supposed to be airing at 8:00.
Hey,
So I mean, it's a new day, new time.
Hold on. Let's say that right. Tomorrow we're doing a podcast tomorrow, 8:00.
Tomorrow we are doing a podcast at 8:00.
Have we ever did one together? This is our first one together, ain't it?
Yeah.
Since your tour. It's gonna be interesting.
So tomorrow, y'all make sure y'all tap in. Y'all can subscribe on my YouTube channel, Minding My Own Podcast with Kenda. Real simple.
and we're gonna drop that in the chat too, y'all, because I know I'm one of those people that like to see stuff. Because if I don't, I'll be like, I don't want to do it.
And if y'all could follow me on IG, I'll follow back. Minding_my own podcast.
And we're gonna drop that in the chat too, Tom.
Of course.
What else you got coming up?
Oh, what I got coming up? Well, I will tell you this. A lot of my time these days are centered around the panel Milwaukee.
What they got coming up?
So I know my sister Jessica, the minister, is hosting her
Sip and Paint. This
and
Saturday,
paint, yeah,
right?
with the vision board. So yeah, I worked on some stuff for that today, so I can add it to my vision board.
Okay. Make sure y'all tune in for that. She always have a lovely event. It's always a nice ambiance. So we're gonna drop that in the chat too, Tom.
Yeah, shout out to
Jessica, where they can just link her page up in there.
Yeah,
We just
and
gonna go ahead and
Tika
drop.
got a comedy show coming up too.
Yes, unfortunately, it's the same day as the poetry set. But
Yes,
I just said earlier, if you don't like poetry, go live.
go laugh.
Go
man.
live. Everybody can't be at my spot. Go over there.
So a huge part about what I do and what I love about us as a unit is we go support each other. So a lot of
All
the
American.
events that's coming up, I'm going to be attending on behalf of my panel friends, my panel members, and so I'm there to support them. And we got a month full of stuff going on. So
Yes,
And
I
this-
absolutely love it.
this
I
just the
absolutely
beginning.
love it. So what do TDR got coming up?
Man.
And where can they find you?
All right, first and foremost, poetry has words have meaning. Poetry set August 24th, Wildflower, 38th in Burleigh.
Yep.
And do not be afraid of the area. The area is actually safe because
Very
it's right
safe.
down the street from Sherman Phoenix.
I had my
It's going
birthday
to be
party
a
there
dope-
last year.
She did. It's a dope spot. It's a
Mhm.
dope spot. So you definitely want to come in and support. Like I said earlier, you may get some words from me. You might even get some words from Kenda. I don't know yet. We'll find out.
To be or not to be.
To be or not to be.
There you go.
That is the question. Definitely make sure you follow TDR on all the things, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you listen to your podcast at. You know what? Just go ahead and subscribe to YouTube. Let's just save yourself the trouble. You'll find everybody there. I got dope shows like Lupus Has No Face, Where I Come From, Minding My Own. She Has a Voice. I mean, there's new shows popping up all the time. Do Not Resuscitate just returned. Mama, We Made It just debuted.
Love and strength and love.
Yes, shout out to that. So I mean, TDR is forever growing. That's the one thing I love about my people. I have been doing this for 13 years, and ironically, I have never promoted anybody to come to my network.
Nope. Word of mouth.
Everything has been word of mouth. Even while I'm having this conversation right now, I got people in my inbox asking me my rates.
Yes.
So
Shine Your Light podcast. Shout out to Lachelle.
Yes.
definitely shout out to Michelle.
Yes, because she the reason I was here. That I met Tom.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Everything
I
is
would shout her
family.
out.
Everybody's connected.
Yeah.
That's why TDR is a family. It's not just a business.
Definitely a
Yeah.
family, you guys. It's
It's a
definitely a
family.
unit. It's definitely different.
In the month of September, I don't think I have anything major. I think I shifted everything to Tommy. So I'm just going to go hard on the panel as well as a few other small projects that will be announced.
Tell them where they can find us for the panel.
Where are we going to be at this time?
Dude,
No.
on social media.
Oh, yeah. My bad. Like, hold on now. Like, wait a minute. We didn't
Lost
talk
in the
about that yet.
sauce.
Talk about that yet. Well, make sure you follow the panel group on Facebook. Also follow the panel MKE. You know what? Just type in the panel MKE and you will find us everywhere. make sure you go check out the 3 episodes that I won't even call it 3 live shows, 3 dope conversations that we've had already. I like the last one the most so far.
That one was so
like I love our growth, because if you go and you listen to every single conversation, you definitely see the growth in us collectively. So the next one is going to be amazing, because I got something planned special for y'all.
Okay.
Like I got something dope for y'all.
And again, we're gonna drop that everything that we said. Tone, he's gonna put that in the chat, and you guys can just click on the link. Thank you guys so much for joining us. It's always a vibe when we are anywhere in the building. Thank you guys for tuning in every Wednesday at 6. What?
I was just gonna say something.
What?
Yo, check this out. So I don't know. I know this is Lupus Has No Face, but she's a panel member.
Yeah.
Y'all. So support her in everything she does. Every time you support Lupus Has No Face, you also support the panel. I love that about her. She always talk about everybody and everything.
All the things.
I love it.
I'm just gonna give her a script.
Yes.
To just read. That way everybody gets checked off. Like from now on, when I'm gonna make her show card, right? And in her show card, it's just gonna have an intro script that she's gonna read that just makes sure everything she's a part of is covered. It's covered.
No, because we are pretty dope. We bring something different, even though we are a part of something together. We bring something different. You got a different flavor. Judge got a different flavor. Oh my gosh, Judge is such an amazing, crafty, silly, intelligent guy. Some words he said I gotta look up. I don't know. I'm like, what? Tika, she's so her spirit is so just loving, and she's so funny. Her smile is so pretty. She got such a punk look. She dances.
She was dancing her ass off at game night.
With is just Nicole is just the models, but they all are good spirited, hearted people. Just because she brings something different to the table as well. Y'all already know about the people I'm talking about. Hopefully I don't leave nobody out. That's why I don't like naming people names, but
but you did.
So don't come for me, please. I love all y'all. Whoever is connected to me, I love y'all. I mess with y'all. But yeah, I just try to go to everything and want to be at everything because it's such a vibe. Like you just cannot deny the vibe. It's just a whole vibe, y'all.
We create our vibes.
I was gonna say too, if anybody want to be a sponsor of the panel,
we
will put your logo on our shirts.
We did that the last one.
Drop that in this chat.
We did that the last one.
I just want y'all to know,
since
we talking about business, and this is Lupus Has No Face, we talking about business. Our second t-shirts that we did for the panel had Lupus Has No Face on them.
Yes, they did. Thank you.
And then our latest
shouted out to Tashima. Flight AAA, right?
Flight AAA. Yeah.
Sorry if I said it wrong, but we definitely supported her because she's doing such an follow her page. She's doing such an amazing job out here. She's doing crazy movements.
Our sister.
Yeah, so we had the shout out to her. We're not afraid to give people their flowers. We're not afraid to talk about your platform. Not afraid to announce what you're doing. We're not afraid to do none of that. That's what it's all about. It's a sister and it's a unity. Well, I'm gonna say a unity because we got males on our team as well.
Yeah, so that's what we do. It's a lot of y'all though. It's a lot of y'all. Good Lord, it's a lot of y'all.
So I just wanted to say that because
it's okay.
I think that's so dope.
No, I love it. See, she interrupt me for some good news. See, that's what I'm talking about. If it was more people like us in this world, all of us would be able to eat. And that's another side of a business thing. People be gatekeeping and stuff. I know I'm probably over my time, but
girl, at this point in time,
doing all that stuff, and it's no need. You know what I'm saying? We do the same thing, but your flavor is different from mine. Mine is different from yours, but we both have a podcast. You have it's just different. It's different. People gravitate to you for some different reasons. People gravitate me for some different reasons, but we all win in the end because we are all collectively joined together in a way. So,
and the crazy part is everybody eats when you work together.
Absolutely.
Like everybody eats. Like in the podcasting community, even though I'm the biggest network in the Midwest, that doesn't mean that I don't still partner with the other podcast networks in the city.
Exactly.
Me, Duke, Mwanje, Chris. We all still
shout them all out.
We all still working. We talk. We stopped doing it, but we gonna get back to it. We used to have quarterly meetings where we would come together, just all of us, and we'll just talk about what's going on with our podcasts, what's some new things we can try to do. We literally would share information across the board from each other. And there were things that I didn't know to look and do. And there were things that they never thought about doing that I was doing. And now, if you look at podcasting in the city of Milwaukee, there's a lot of things that are familiar that look similar across the board because we all decided to say, hey, this works for us.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks good and it works. And now if you notice, there are so many video-based podcasts now because we didn't gatekeep the technology of how we got from point A to point B.
Yep.
We said, this is what works for here. And this is what works for there. And even now, when it comes to guests, we work collectively together.
Yep.
I can use you for an example. If you decide to go on a tour and you just want to promote Lupus Has No Face, you wouldn't only be on TDR. You would be on Every Day. You would be on Mogul Media. You would be on Loud Radio. I would even go as far as putting you on radio stations because we don't gatekeep around here.
Exactly.
We share. So if you decide to go on any kind of tour, all it takes is for us to pick up the phone because like, bro, what does Thursday look like for you? I got this coming through. Can I get like 20 minutes? Cool. Say less.
Yeah.
Next thing you know it, you got it. You
Which
moving.
I do recommend because you dope. So people do need to taste the vibe.
Dope too.
I was on Scales show, Slick Talk with Scales.
Yeah.
I was on funny ass Top JJ show.
You need to have them on your
yes.
thing.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
I
Your
don't
whole
see
debut was a
nothing.
freaking tour.
I toured right in the beginning. So
Yeah, she started off with a tour.
That's dope. That's dope. And just to go back to what you said, like how we do our flyers, there's a couple other people that's doing theirs like that. We don't get mad. We just like, dang, we working.
Yeah, but
we
we
doing
peep,
something
we
that
peep.
people like,
Right.
but we see it and it's
Mhm.
okay. We don't
And you know what's
care.
even
You know what I'm
funny?
saying? It's like we got something good going on.
And you know
what
what's
I'm saying?
funny?
That upscale type stuff.
This is how much of a vibe we are. Someone can do a flyer like our flyer, and they don't do it like our flyer. I'll do the flyer, and then I'll go and tell them, hey, bro, do A, B, C, D next time.
mm-hmm.
I'm not keeping the information. Hey, you know, this right here, this was dope. Add this, and I guarantee you're going to look good. Try this program instead of the program you're using instead. It'll make your life so much easier.
Yeah.
I don't even gatekeep none of that simple stuff because at the end of the day, people can do what we do, but people can't do it like
how
we do it.
Right.
Like
Different
that.
flavors.
You know
So,
what I'm saying? Even as us at the panel, people can go out here and do all the live discussion they want to, but they can't fuck with us
Right.
at the end of the day. So
and that's why you're gonna keep getting blessings on top of blessings because
that's why
that's what God wants us
that's
to do in
why
abundance.
we do keep getting blessings on blessings.
Exactly.
For sure.
And I'm looking forward to
for sure.
everything God about to bless us with.
Man, we about to take over.
We about to take over.
I love that. I love that.
And all of us got a podcast. I just
Hold on.
Yes,
We still missing two people still need a podcast. Two people still need one.
you know they,
Oh well, we gonna get Tika one in a minute. We're gonna get her a podcast.
Okay.
Baby steps.
That's that's why it was so important to me too, like to have her on the panel because she's such a dope individual.
She is.
And she didn't know if it was for her at first. So her trying it now, doing it with the panel, seeing the type of support system she got. I'm like, girl, use your abilities, your comedy, your talent, and podcast it. Your show gonna be whatever you want.
And we
it to
just
be.
got done talking
Tika.
about. We just got done talking about how Tika had to come out of her shell. But hey, let's hold
love
on.
her.
Let's not forget the one in the room too, because this one right here didn't like podcasts.
At all.
She couldn't stand podcasts. Now look at her. One of my best shows.
Talk like
Yeah.
I don't be listening to people talk all day. What? Now I love it.
Right. Now she can't wait for Wednesday at 6:30.
Can't wait. If we got a pivot. I'm getting on at 6:30. Y'all gonna see me.
Big facts.
Y'all don't see us. Okay. You see one in the room, we all in the room.
I'm always in the room.
All in the room. But we are Tone Death is going to drop everybody link in this chat so they'll be able to click on it and find it, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it
got a
so
whole-
much.
Got a whole thing, or just copy and paste.
Cool.
That's how much I do it. Just copy and paste. It's there.
Yeah. So anything else y'all want to say before I close out?
You
I hope
dope.
our next shirts are blue. Okay, that's it.
Okay. Are we representing anybody or they,
If anybody wants us to sponsor them, hit us up.
hey, there you go.
Your logo might just be on the next shirt.
Might be. They be pretty
That's all
dope
I
too.
gotta
She's so cute. She's so cute.
say.
Oh
Blue
my God.
tone blue.
I love my sister.
Love you too.
So,
This has been a fun show.
Yeah.
It wasn't our norm, but sometimes our norm is fun.
Yeah.
This is just
it's
dope vibe.
it's the nature of the business.
It's the nature of the business, and I love it. And again, think I can go for a whole nother hour, but it is what it is. But some stuff don't need to be talked about on here. However, again, We're gonna try.
You just say bye now.
We're gonna try this again. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Everything that we talked about is going to be in the chat. You support one, you support all. We support you, you support us. That's just how it goes. Circle, we move mountains, right? So every Wednesday at 6:30 on all platforms. Please share, like, subscribe, and comment. And till next time. See you again. Bye.